Living Local Carolina with Katie Turner. Local trends, shopping, dining, and more. This is Living Local Carolina.
Alrighty, so we are going to get started with the salsa basic. And so I'm gonna dance with you as a lead and you will then follow me.
Okay.
So I'm actually gonna teach you the follow footwork for
Okay.
salsa. All right, so you wanna start with your feet together, which you already got, which is perfect. You're gonna take your right foot and you're going to go back with your right, rock forward, back on the left, and then together. And then take your left foot and go forward, rock forward, then go back on your right together. So let's do that again. So go back with the right together, forward with the left together. Oh, you're doing great.
Thank you.
All right, okay. 1, 2, 3, and 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Now, salsa is a dance that comes from Cuba, okay? And we're gonna do another basic. So you're gonna take your right foot and go to the side and together, left to the side, together, right to the side. So it's a dance from Cuba, which is a combination of a dance called son, and then there's cha-cha and rumba. So all of these dances kind of come together and create salsa. Let's go back to our basics. So back with the right and forward with the left. So a lot of those dances are actually rooted in African movement and music. So a lot of the steps actually started out as work dances that people would do when they were working on the plantations. And then it became movement, okay? And then now we have salsa. Let's go to the side. And I'm gonna add one more little basic for you, okay? And then we're gonna do a cross back with the right.
Oh, we're getting funky.
Together,
Hold on, hold
getting
on.
real funky. We're
Okay.
gonna cross back with the right and together, and then cross back with the left and together. Cross back with the right and together, cross back with the left. Good. You caught on really fast for someone who said they didn't know how to dance. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're gonna start with our basic step. Back, forward, and back, and forward. Good, and back, and forward, and back to the side. Without the styling first, side, side, side. Nice. You got good hip movement too. This is great. So now,
No one's ever said that before, ever.
now for the cross back, I am gonna release your hand.
Okay.
And that's when you can do your arm up and like this.
See how it
You're
goes.
gonna see how it goes? Okay. Ready, and. Yes!
Oh,
Nice! Basic step and ba. Oh, you know exactly what you're doing. This is great. So let's finish our last time.
Okay.
So I'm gonna release your hands when we go to the side so you can do your shoulder to shoulder
Okay,
thing, okay? Okay. Okay, and now, and shoulder to shoulder, shoulder to shoulder, shoulder to shoulder.
Wait.
Shoulder. So touch here, good. Here, and here.
Is this like ridiculous?
Babe.
Yeah. He's like, oh no, oh
No, you look fine, okay? And basic. Stop. Cross back, cross, and cross, and cross, and cross, and
no.
cross,
You know.
and cross, and cross, and basic, and ba, and da. Aye! Very nice. Good job. Good job. You did great.
Thank you.
That was pretty awesome.
Just so people know, where can they learn more information about you guys?
So the best place to go is either, well, there's actually 3 places. There is Facebook, Instagram, actually the third place, our website, which is arohaafrolatindance.com.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
The following portion of Living Local Carolina is sponsored by Beach Audiology Hearing and Balance Center. Well, good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. I'm just having some fun today at Beach Audiology. I'm joined by Dr. Wiggin. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm great. Let's just get right into it. I want you to tell me where you started and how you got to be here in Myrtle Beach and a little bit about what you do.
So I'm an audiologist and I opened this practice about 2.5 years ago. I've been in the state. I came down here. I'm a northerner, but I've been down here about 10 years. I have my own hearing loss. I was originally in transportation. I was with FedEx for years. And I started losing my hearing in my late teens, early 20s. And it really took me on a journey of trying to see basically what kind of impact I can have to help people that do have a significant hearing loss, that have had this, loss of quality of life due to their hearing loss. So I decided, you know what? I'm gonna go back to school, I'm gonna get my doctorate, I'm gonna pursue this field, and here I am. So I came down here, like I said, about 10 years ago. I was clinical director at the University of South Carolina, and decided to open this practice about 2.5 years ago.
That's honestly a very interesting story, and we're happy to have you here. How do you think that helps you with your patients and the people you see every day?
It does give a perspective. I never assume to know their path or to walk in their shoes, but it does help to say, look, you're not alone. These are true challenges. You are having issues socially. You are becoming a little reclusive. Your hearing loss is having these effects in your life, and I understand that. I want to help them understand that, and from a personal perspective.
I love it. Okay, if somebody's watching right now and they're experiencing some of those life challenges, how can you help and where do they begin?
Well, it begins with being diagnosed. Our website, we are at beachaudiology.com. You can schedule an appointment there. You can contact us on the website. We'd love to have that, at least start that conversation with you. Our phone number, 843-438-0283. You can also reach us that way. We just want to have the opportunity to help you start that journey, to help you start looking and finding a solution.
Well, today I am at Coastal Comics with the owner, Drew Johnson. How are you?
Good, how are you doing today?
I'm doing awesome. We got so much to talk about. I mean, let's get to the elephant in the room here. You're a comic guy.
A little bit, you might say that. I started collecting when I was about 8. Did it my whole life, and it's kind of spiraled into having my own store the last 10 years.
And you have pretty much a little something for everyone.
Yeah, we've got old stuff, new stuff, action figures, posters, little gaming, you name it, we probably got it. If not, I'll get it for you.
I love that. So you actually brought some examples of some pretty rare comics that you have as well.
Yeah, I thought I'd bring a few things to show that you don't walk into a store and see on a daily basis, so I thought that might be a treat for everyone.
So walk me through, we were talking about this earlier, that these are in cases because they've been graded?
Yeah, that's the big trend in comics the last few years, getting your more valuable or more rare comics graded. It helps a lot of things. It helps preserve the comics. You and a potential buyer know exactly what you have in the comic as far as the grade and condition. Just helps everybody all the way around, and they look really cool in the case.
They do, of course. But what constitutes something being graded well? Is it the condition? Is it how old it is?
It's all about condition. Most collectibles, whether it be toys, video games, a lot of those are now being graded as well. It's about condition. So it used to be having the particular comic was, oh, I have the comic. Now it's having the comic in the perfect grade or a very high grade. This is an example of first appearance of Captain America in Marvel Comics, signed by Stan Lee. This one is from 1964. It's graded 7.0, which is pretty high for a book that's pushing 60, 70 years old. So that's why you get them graded, because not only do they look nice, they display well, and they will no longer deteriorate.
And you were saying the new comics come out on Wednesdays?
Every Wednesday's new release day, so that's probably our busiest day. People want to see what's out that week. There's always a new first appearance. There's always a hot comic everybody's looking for.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
Well, today we're talking about a very important topic. I'm joined by Simon and Cindy from Carolina Forest Elementary School. How are you guys doing?
We're doing good.
Wonderful. Now, you both work in education, but you also are co-authors of a book. Tell me about this book.
Okay, so this book is Adapting Behavior Practices, Reframing Your Approach to Discipline, and we, for the past 5 years, the two of us have been working together with behavior a lot. And so we just realized that getting to the root of the behavior helps tremendously, and it helps the kids not to repeat the same behavior. So we kind of came together and just thought of ways to help the kid to change the behavior.
So who is this book for?
This book is for parents and teachers, and really for adults, because everybody gets frustrated when it comes to behavior and they wonder, what are we going to do? And even for me as a parent, it's helpful because we tend to work with our own kids a little differently than we work with other people's kids. So, the being consistent and putting these things into practice it's difficult because it's time consuming, but the consistency is what wins in the long run.
So can you give me some examples maybe that are in the book without spoiling too much?
Like Cindy said, a lot of kids, and I'm sure many people out here listening and yourselves can remember, when kids would come get in trouble at school and they would get in trouble for the same things over and over and over again. So, like the front of the book shows there, some roots in the ground and a child being like a plant. When something goes wrong with your crops, you got to figure out what's wrong in the dirt, not what's on top. So once you get to that root, and it does take time, because as we say in there, it takes them a long time to get that way. It takes a long time to get them out. And gaining that trust with us or whoever they work with is the first step in getting to the root of that problem.
Yeah, and I would say definitely building the relationship. Relationships are everything. When you get the relationships with these kids, we've had a lot of kids that just came from tough situations, and the two of us, we just team up and kind of become that safe space for them.
Right.
And they know it, and then it just helps.
Well, tell me also, for parents and other teachers who have read the book, what has been the response?
Well, for some who kind of been in education for a long time, it's like a new thing for them. It's almost like they're having to retrain their thinking and their brain. And, and I say all the time, like, this is just a new generation of kids. Like, you can't do the same thing that you did a long time ago to reach this generation, because they have so many other things coming up against them, like social media. And they just carry a lot. And so you just have to approach it a different way.
Yeah.
So.
Because everybody, wants to see old school. Well,
Right.
Our grandparents' old school was a lot different than our old school, so there's always a new school coming. So we just need to adapt to that new school a little bit faster.
Right.
If we're going to be successful with our kids, and that's a hard thing for some teachers. If we can help them understand this practice, in the long run, it's going to be a smoother classroom. Their scores will be better because we're really, we like scores, but without those relationships, those scores really don't matter.
Now, Cindy, do you have another book as well?
I do. This is actually my third children's book. I'm always trying to write, because I am a counselor, giving kids tools that they can use when I'm not there, and so this book is Same Love, Different Homes, and it is about kids that are in divorce situations. And so I think out of all the books, like, this was the one that I could connect to the most, because I was that kid. And so when I wrote it, it was really rewarding for me as well. So, yeah.
So if anybody's interested in purchasing one of your books, where can they find these?
They can find them on Amazon. They're both on Amazon.
Don't forget to like our page on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. How to use the QR code. Just open the camera app on your smartphone, iPad, or tablet. Point your device at the QR code so the QR code appears on your screen. Your device will recognize the QR code and show you a notification. Click that notification and you'll come to our website. Living Local Carolina, weekday mornings at 9:30 on WBTW News 13.